Hello everybody, again come to my video, and I'm going to practice my English and of course working on coding algorithm. Okay, let's get started. I already prepared my code editor here with the problems, battery indicator. I also starting on timing how long I'm gonna work on these problems. Okay, let's get reading together. Okay, prompts. Our team is working on developing and indicators for battery states for our new electric vehicles. We are tasked to make a vehicle representation of vehicle battery status. The identifier should provide a virtual representation of the battery charge level from 0 to 100 by increments of 10% every time. The battery's level should be represented as a series of pulses where each pulse represents 10% of battery charge. Okay, we're going to make a battery charge representation. Okay, so let's move on. Acceptance criticals. Okay, acceptance criteria. The programs correctly initialize the battery status that on the provided percentage. Okay, the programs correctly display the current battery status with its charge, pure, or for every 10% of charge and discharge pure for the remaining charge. The display battery's status match with the provided example when the battery is at 10%, 20, 0% to 10%, 20, and so on up to 100 charge rounding down. Okay, the programs correctly handles a case such as a charge level above 100 or below. So we need to think about base case if the charge percent is come on in like below 0% or above 100. Okay, the ASCII battery bunch must match those shown in the example. Specifically, battery is identified by 4 blank space. Please do not show battery percentage as a number. So they're going to want us to show the blank space at the battery if they're not full. Okay, blank space. Okay, so next one. Battery has the top with the 2 pipe in the middle line. Okay, 2 pipe in the middle line. Okay, yep, it's kind of header of the battery. And the top bottle on the battery must consist of pipe and double like equal size character. Let pulse must indicate list pure must indicate list by X character. As the final example, here the battery representation at output by fully implement show battery function for battery as the 100%. Okay, for the base case, for the base code can be found below in the planning section. So they already gave us like a, let's say edge case, if the charge is more than 100. So what we return? Okay, we can return the literal already full. Okay, they have edge case. Okay, if the charging is more than 100, and then return. Okay, what is battery has 0%? So what we do, we return this 0%. Okay, and then if the new battery, let's say new battery is 20. Okay, the battery should show already full. Okay, say already full. Okay, this is already full. Yep. And then what we see on the problem here, on the solution, they want us to implement. I'm going to implement the class of battery and then accept the percent at initialized value as 0%. And then each time when they increment like each 10% each time, like 10% 20%, 30%, up to 100. That's what our, and then each time when they represent each 10%, we're gonna have like double X at the corrector. Okay, so to list our assumptions about the problems, we think about if problems less than one, if the if the input, in this case input is gonna be percent of the number. If number we pass in is less than 0, what we want to do, we want to return the SK, right? If less than 0, we want to return like the battery need to be recharged or charged, right? If more than 100%, we want to return already full, we not need to return anything. Okay, and what's the brainstorm? In this case, I'm going to create a class and we implement. So what time complexity is gonna be up to 10 each time when we increment. So 10 each time, I believe should be O of n time, O of 1 time, because always constant time at 10% each time when we increment. And for space complexity also will be O of 1, because we don't really store anything except we're going to store like the output at the end, right? So for time space, or let me just write down here, will be O of n, and then space will be also O of O of 1. Space and time will be O of 1 times and O of n times space. And okay, I'm just confused. Okay, for times and space will be O of 1 times, because as I say, we don't really store anything, and the time will be always 10 constant. Okay, what is my plan? Let's just talk about my plan, and then I will write code later. My plans, I'm going to have a class with they are already provided here. Let me just copy and return. Okay, they already have a class here for us, so we need to just implement the class, right? So we need to think about our class. What we need to have state in the class to be started, right? So my plan, I believe my plan, I'm going to have like a charge state, pure state, we're gonna set to 0. The pure charge we set to 0. We're gonna compare with the percentage, and then I'm going to have an object we're gonna hold is charging when the battery was charging. So I'm going to iterate through the charging time, which gonna roll up the number when they pass in by we're going to iterate up to 10, and then we're going to use at the index at the key, and then the value will be charged or recharged. And then what we do now, we have to have our input. We're gonna be string that's initialized the first time, and then in our class structure, we're going to use to call update charge with passing the percent with the initialize with the 0, and then we're going to iterate to 1 to 10, right? And then in battery indicators, in the battery update battery indicator, we're going to read the battery charge and update the pure state from the indicator while we charging, and then at the end to show battery, that's what we return the string. So let me just write to just jump into code now. So while I'm coding, I'm gonna try to explain. So this is we going to have the first one, we're gonna have like this percent, this pure. Let me think. Okay, so first we're gonna have like this charge pure. That is kind of like gonna be percentage, but then the percent we're gonna roll up down by just 10%. Okay, I'm going to set to 0, and then I'm going to have the object as a map to hold the each time percent, and then we going to update charge and discharge. Okay, I'm going to name like a charge state. That's what we're going to do. Charge stage. Okay, and then that we're gonna set to the map or object. Okay, and then I'm going to have the charge battery status. Okay, that one we're going to return. I'm going to set to the strings. Okay, that's our battery class, and I know of course we're going to have the method which is going to update the charge state. So we're going to implement the update state, update change state, and then we're passing on the percentage. Okay, and then we're going to do something here. Okay, so then what we're going to do, let me think about that. Okay, we're going to do something with the method update charge state. So to calculate this charge based on the given percentage, what we do here, I'm going to update the my discharge pure. This dot charge pure. That dot charge pure, what gonna do? We're gonna roll up the percentage to down by using math.for, yeah, and then we passing the percent and then divide it by 10 because we want to just roll up to 10 because we going to increment the battery is 10%, right? So we just want to roll down, and then what we're going to do here, we're going to iterate to the number up to 10. So start at I from 0, I less than 10, 0 up to 10, yep, I less than 10, like 9, 0, okay, 10, and then I increment by 1, and then we're going to check if I less than discharge, I written dispute, discharge pure. What we do, we're going to update our change state which we already define an object by using this dot charge state at I. That's what gonna set to. If they're less than, what we want to do, we want to discharge. We want to charge. Oh, okay. If they're less than, what we would want to do, we want to charge because the battery is low. So we want to do charge. Okay, else if we can do just L. Let me just see what is set. Okay. Okay, what we do here, if they're less than this appeal less than 0, update charge. Okay, I'm writing my pseudocode here. Okay, if the percentage is less than 0, less than this appeal, if I less than this appeal, we set this battery fill, the change the charge state to charge, yeah, because we want to charge, yeah, and else we want to set to uncharged, gonna be return empty string. Okay, uncharged, or discharge, sorry, discharge. Okay, that is our first identification thing about that, and then what we do now, we need to, let me save it, and then we need to update our state by using update battery identification. So we call that, we update battery identification, calling that function, and then what we do here, we want to update this dot, we want to update our string, right, that battery status by adding the string to join together. So that is because we want to call object.values. We want to get the value from our charges status object. So I'm going to use object.value function and pass in this dot state, this dot change task state. Yeah, this dot, and then that's what we grab the value inside at array, but don't we need to join them at the string so they can combine them together, and then that should work. And then at the end of show battery function, that's what we can return the input, the output at the string. Okay, so let me just output, and then what we do here, add on the problem, they want us to return, if the empty, we just return the empty, but need to be, let me just grab in here, the charge percent output. Okay, they said should have the first output. Okay, here output should be, let me see here. Okay, output should be the first character with 4 space, and then 4 space at first, and then later on they have pipe and then have that equals on top. So let me just copy there, and then what I'm gonna use this guy. Why they're not working? 1 second. Does it work? Okay, I'm gonna use backtick notation. Something wrong with my code, so let me move back here. What's it? Output should be string. Not working. Okay. Okay, I'm going to define con output and set it to, I forget double side. Okay, and then we're going to place it here, so we have to have space 1, 2, 3, 4 at first, and then this one gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 as well, tab. Okay, 1 tab, and yeah, inside our string here, that's what we want to use, the pathly status to update using backtick notation, and that is we should get our output. So let me just copy here. Okay, so we have to update each time the input have been fully charged. So that should be work. Okay, so and to test the code, what I'm gonna do, I have defined the battery variables and gonna call to the new battery class and passing. Oh, okay, we forget to handle our a case. So let's say if the percentage, yeah, like if percent less than 0, and else if percent, because they want, we want to check if they're not less than 0 and not over than 100. Then what we're gonna do, we return already full for more than 100, and then for less than 0, because the battery need to be charged. That's what our base case. And then if that's 0, we just return that string. Okay, so let me run the code to see. Oh, sorry, I forget to return output. And const clear again and run to see code again. Okay, that's almost correct. So I have some space to be between here. So what happened? Oh yeah, sure, that's correct. Okay. Oh, okay, this one should not be moved to here. Okay, it's correct because I'm passing the 7. So 75 row up, it's gonna be 7. So let me count 7, gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's correct. Run the C code. And why still have space in front of the output? What's wrong? Maybe okay. Two four space so between okay. It should be correct. Let me. Yep, that's perfect run. Okay. Let me try another one. So that's what we return 70. If how about if we return battery 1 they are less than 0, what we do return, we return the empty one, so that's not correct because we need to return, oh, I'm not passing anything. Okay, in this case, if less than 0, they choose return string, so let me check in here, they didn't really come to this case. Okay, so what I'm checking here, sorry, it's kind of not really take our base case, so I believe we should move all here inside this function, so let me, okay, that's still not passing than 0, so let me just console log percentage to see what happened with my code. Percent should be less than 0. Do I code correct here? Okay, let me just comment the first one and run to see what that should hit my base case though. 62 is less than 0. Why they didn't go inside here? Why they update my state? Oh, okay. I believe maybe I called the wrong function. No, not yet, not correct yet. So, do I need to call this one where? Huh, interesting. Let me just check on the test case. So, I'm copy to test case. Yeah. And I'm going to check the implementation. That's correct though. Okay. We didn't handle the solution, they didn't handle the test case, but it's kind of like my code is working. Okay, do we need to? Yes. Okay, so they just didn't handle test case for me. The output will be this, that should be correct, and then the return should be that. So I want to see the test case, if they provide here, if there's 0, where is the test case? Let me just compare my code with the solution. It should be correct though, yeah. But they didn't really provide our test case. Okay, yep. So in structure, we're going to create 3 states in constructor, and then we call this update charge state, passing the percentage, and then we call this update battery identified. This should be correct, but they didn't really have base case here. And then we combine this chart pill. Yeah, chart pill, we roll the number, and then we check if charge pill is less than discharge, which I do correct, and then we discharge, and then done. That's correct. Why they not give me the wrong answer? So let me just, it's correct. I mean, my state is correct. So yeah, yep. Let me just, so let me run again. Let me run again. Okay, I see now. They didn't really handle my base case though. Return 95 should not hit here. Should not hit here. They should not hit here. So let me just back to the other test case here. Okay, so what should we do? Why do we return this one? Output. Okay, I'm called wrong. State. If you less than, we should not return. Okay, so let me just pass another one with 100 should be getting full battery. Okay, yeah, full, and then if I passing 200, they also not hit my base case, so as sunlight didn't really come to here, they didn't check here, they just go through here and update my state. So do I need to do before? Yeah, I did do before. If they're less than %, we should not do update. Okay, I believe here, let me just copy, cut, I'm gonna cut here, the percentage, they already update state here. The %0, they should not do. Okay, I think I do have to do here, if percent less than 0, so let me just console log, if the percent go inside here, percent, okay, want to see, do they come to my if? They didn't come. Oh yeah, because it's one. Okay. Stop tag one. They should come in if. Okay. So I believe now where is wrong. So I need to update. Did that charge? Did that charge status? Did the battery status to empty string? If that's so, and then we just return here to empty string. Yeah, this is already empty string because we didn't update anything. Okay, 1 second. So how to do? Why they not return my battery inside here? Do they come here? Yes. Then we return here, update. This is empty. Okay, so I believe if percent is less than 0, how we do? They didn't really have test case for me. We need to return here. Oh, okay. We didn't return inside here. That's the problem. We didn't call the charge. Okay, so I think, let me see here. Yeah, we didn't call this function. Oh my god, that's this. Show battery, show battery, show battery, show battery. How are we going to show battery percent? Okay, we call the function here. Oh, okay. So let me just grab here. Okay, we need to return in our structure, not here, because we didn't really call this one. Okay, so here we're going to check. We return here. Okay, we check if percent is less than 0. We want to do return that string. That should be work. So to make sure run again. Okay, it doesn't work here. Where to put this one? The percent is less than 0. If percent is less than 0, we don't want to update the string. That's correct. That's correct now. So that's what return is less than 0. And then how about if the percent is 4? Full. We return full, but that's not correct. Okay. It's more than we should return string. So where I need to put this one? Yep, that's not correct. We do need to stop before the percent is less than 0. We just return. Okay.